West University and majoring in pastoral studies. Ben Howard.
We made it. I don't know about you, but I've been looking forward to graduating for the last 4 years. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying I didn't want to be here. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure we're all happy to be moving on. We've all spent the last 4 years trying to find our place, discover our talents, and make a name for ourselves. And now that we've reached the end, I only have one question for you. Who are you? This question at first seems to be a simple one. However, to really understand who you are, you now have to look back at who you used to be. Do me a favor. Think back to elementary school, the days of recess, scooter town, and times tables. Do you remember how easy it was to make a friend back then? No judgments, no comparing, just, hi, I'll trade you my cookies for your pudding cup, let's be friends. There were no expectations, other than that we would share the foursquare ball and be on the same base race team. In elementary, friends were a dime a dozen, and that's just how it was. Then we got older and went to middle school. And when I say older, I mean older, not wiser. We had to adjust to multiple classes and being around more people. In the process, becoming more selective about who we were friends with, and more importantly, why we were friends. Our friendships became more conditional, depending upon something other than just hanging out. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that many of us are still great friends with the people we met in middle school, whether it was in Chehalis or not. That being said, have you ever thought about how many more people you might have been close to if we'd all just given each other a chance? In middle school, we chose our friends by what they wore, if we were on the same baseball, football, or soccer team, who we had the most classes with, or who we rode the bus with every single day. Unfortunately, this also got in the way. If we wore the wrong clothes, were on the wrong team, or never sat next to each other on the bus. This is understandable though. In middle school, when we're young, immature, and just trying to figure out what works. The problems arise when we begin high school and don't leave our middle school judgments in the past where they belong. Every fall, when the freshmen come, we complain about their immaturity, we criticize their ignorance, and we exercise our self-appointed right to lord over them. Because we've conveniently forgotten that not so long ago, we were those freshmen. We were scared, ignorant, and immature, as much as we'd like to deny it. And now we're graduating. We did our 4 years of hard labor, and we made it to the top. But as of tomorrow, we're all freshmen again. Whether you're going to college, joining the military, entering the workforce, or anything else, we're all freshmen in life. The difference with life is that people don't fit into nice little categories. People don't look at what team you played for, what clothes you wear, or who you went to school with. People want to know what's on the inside. For the last 3 months, I've been wearing this whiteboard. I've written simple things on it, like my favorite movie is Dead Poets Society. I'm claustrophobic and I love to sing. I've also written other things on it, like my parents have been divorced since I was 9. Me and my brother are diabetic, and I'm actually quite insecure. You're thinking. For those of you who don't know, my whole purpose for wearing the whiteboard was this. People judge people without taking the time to actually get to know them. I'm as guilty of this as anybody else. Given that I only had a few months of high school left, I wanted to make an impact in someone's life before I graduated. So I wore a whiteboard. Because it's high school, it's not strange that no one will notice. And on this whiteboard, I gave little glimpses of the real me. Some things were well known, others were not. And I did this to make people think, not only about who they were, but about who they thought other people were. I wanted us to give each other that chance that we missed out on in middle school. It's been a long road through school, but in the end I've realized something. I've had the pleasure of growing up with a fantastic group of students, a fantastic group of friends. And when we leave this place and go on with the rest of our lives, sure, we'll have to start over in the real world, but it's my sincerest hope that maybe, just maybe, marrying a whiteboard for 3 months has given you insight into who people really are. So to end, I leave you with one last message. It is finished.
I would now like to recognize the recipient